Caitlin Clark's absence makes Indiana Fever a directionless unit despite Sophie Cunningham's aid, per national analyst. She is a true floor general. Ticha Penicheiro, who sits third in WNBA all-time assists, said about Caitlin Clark. Even before CC ever stepped foot on a WNBA court, the whole basketball community knew she was a flamethrower from beyond the arc. But what really caught folks off guard was her passing. Yes, that laser-sharp court vision, and the ability to zip dimes across the hardwood like she had eyes in the back of her head. That's why no one was too shocked when she shattered the WNBA single-season assist record in 2024. It's not just about scoring with Clark. She orchestrates, she leads, and when she's off the floor, well, things just aren't the same. The Indiana Fever made their preseason debut on Saturday against the Washington Mystics without their conductor. Caitlin Clark was sidelined with a leg injury and ruled out right before tip-off. And while the Fever did sneak out a 79-74 overtime win, everyone's eyes were on the bench. Not just to see her cheerleading antics, more on that later, but to wonder how serious the injury is. Because the vibes were different. As national analyst Rosaline Lee put it after the game, she is such a floor general. She is the X factor for the Indiana Fever. She leads the way. When they don't have her, Indiana Fever looks like a train without a conductor. That train stayed on the tracks for now, but going forward, they surely need her. Yes, this Fever team isn't short on talent. You got athletes like Kelsey Mitchell, Aaliyah Boston, Duwana Bonner, and Natasha Howard. And Mitchell can fill the floor general shoes for a bit. But the energy, the spark, that's a Clark special. Still, shout out to Sophie Cunningham, the new face in the Fever jersey this year. She dropped 21 points and carried the squad to victory when things got dicey. However, when Clark's healthy, Sophie's probably a spot-up three-point shooter. But what's the update? How long is Clark out? Well, she says it's just a little tightness. That's what she told reporters before Saturday's game. I'll go through warm-ups and everything, and then they'll decide if I'm gonna go or not. But it will be the medical team's decision. Sounds minor, right? But Fever head coach Stephanie White isn't taking any chances. She told the media, "The biggest thing is we've got to think long-term. It's a long season. 4 more games than last season. So we want to make sure that we're extra cautious and put her health and wellness first and foremost. Basically, no panic, but definitely not rushing her back either." Now Sunday's preseason game is huge because the Fever is heading to Iowa City. It's the perfect homecoming game for Clark. And Coach White did hint that Clark's been making progress, saying, "She had a lot of progress in the last 24 hours. We'll see how she feels after the workouts that she went through today." But again, long-term thinking is the name of the game. You don't risk your franchise's face in preseason. Whether she suits up to play in front of her hometown crowd is yet to be seen. For now, she is having fun. Actually a bit too much fun courtside. Here's the thing about Caitlin Clark. Even when she's not playing, she's still very much in the game. She was up and animated the whole night, bringing the same fire she would have on the floor. But at one point, she nearly brought too much of it. She even got excited when Cunningham got into a heated interaction with Mystics' Kiki Ariafin after getting thrown to the floor. However, one particular moment could have cost her. Midway through the second quarter, the Fever forced a turnover with some tight full-court pressure, and Clark was pumped. Standing, clapping, yelling, you name it. But then, she stepped just a little too far onto the court. Nothing too wild, but enough for Aaliyah Boston to gently tug her back to the bench.